Hello, world! All right, there we are. BivCrow here with Mancave Museum, and today I got a couple of new pieces of swag in the mail. One's going to be pretty epic. First package here, but I want to go ahead and unbox. It's something I'll be taking with me to Fan Expo. That's going to be next week in Toronto. It's pretty much our country, Canada's largest excuse for a bunch of nerds like myself to get together and create a lot of body heat and whatnot. No, actually, it's almost the size of Comic-Con in San Diego. Anyway, so as I collect autographed games and gaming memorabilia, finding out that Ed Greenwood, who is the lore creator of the Forgotten Realms, series of books and tabletop, playthrough type, scenarios, he's going to be there. I'm going to see about having him go ahead and sign this for me. Picked this up on eBay, so it's nothing really too special. But brand new copies of Demon's Stone for the PlayStation 2 and the strategy guide. The official Prima strategy guide. Yeah, back in the day, for some of you newer gamers out there, we used to have to read cheats and walkthrough guides without, the help of the internet. But PlayStation 2, no, I think that was taken off. The internet was kind of getting somewhere. All right, so I'm going to try to cover the personal info. But this is actually a funny story. I have a friend who's a mutual friend of the developers behind Retro City Rampage. It's kind of a long story. Geez, I don't even know where to go with that. But one day he and we connected through a group on Facebook, and he's like, "Oh, I see you collect these kinds of things. Have you ever heard of Retro City Rampage?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, I know Brian Provinciano, who, by the way, if you don't know, is the sole developer and mastermind behind VBLANK Entertainment. And this is actually a good time to unbox this now, because Shakedown Hawaii is actually going to be coming out fairly soon, and it's honestly, it's going to be pretty awesome. It's pretty much the same as Retro City Rampage, but, with a little bit more of a theme behind it. It's not so much about the throwbacks, because there was a lot of, 80s humor and early 90s, retro-based humor in Retro City Rampage that Brian Provinciano had. Anyways, without further ado, he went ahead, he signed a promo postcard. Thank you very much for that, Brian. If you ever do see this, it really does mean a lot to me, and thank you, Justin, for making that happen and hooking me up here. And gotta definitely look into that. It's going to be coming out to the Switch too, I believe, so it's going to be great. And this was actually a limited release, but I believe then they did re-release it. And this is, of course, what made VBLANK Entertainment its name, Retro City Rampage. And this was also signed by the one and only Brian Provinciano, which, once again, thank you very much. And this is pretty cool. It's almost got like a Master System. This is totally a throwback to the Master System style. And probably in a couple of upcoming videos, I'll be doing some stuff with Master System. You guys are going to quickly find out that I'm a massive collector of Sega Master System, a huge fan of everything on that platform. I think it was very much underappreciated. And I know some people started getting into it and collecting it, but, the big deal with that is, it's one thing to collect for it, it's another to actually appreciate what the system is. And as I've said before, and I'll say many times on my channel, every piece of my collection is there for a reason. And one thing I am a very big fan of is the Master System. And the case was cracked. I told him, because it was actually a copy that was, pretty much unshippable, unsellable. I said I could care less if it was cracked. So this is definitely going to go on the shelf and in my collection. I immediately jumped on Retro City Rampage when it was available for the Vita. Funny story here, though. This game was in development for a very, very long time by Brian, kind of as a side project, and Justin shared with me some history. I don't know how much of that I should or shouldn't share, but it's very interesting hearing about how it came together. Back then, though, around 1980, or no, well, 1980s, 1990s, you know, a lot of the things that I was into, they're actually in this game. So what really was the impressive thing for me was just being able to get all that nostalgia from this. But I remember around 2006 to 2008, I was running a company. We were one of the first retro publishers. It was called oldergames.com. And I remember people talking about Brian's project. It was called Grand Theft Tendo. And Grand Theft Tendo was basically recreating Grand Theft Auto, at least the 2D version, to be able to run on the original Nintendo Entertainment System. It was a homebrew project, right? Well, obviously, it's gone by leaps and bounds above and beyond what its initial conception or phase of development was. And I'm glad he brought it out, because it's such an amazing game. Anyways, yeah, it's definitely a game you want to check out if you haven't already. These will totally be getting signed at Fan Expo. That's at least my goal. And Brian and Justin, thank you so much for these two pieces of memorabilia. And I don't even want to, because I don't know if these are code cards. I haven't gotten a good look at them, but I'm not going to show those on camera just in case. But thank you again, and thank you guys for watching. If you like what I did, you know, in any of my videos, or you like watching any of my stuff, please go ahead and feel free to leave a like. Of course, subscribe. You know, just the fact that you're paying attention to what I have to say is cool enough. But yeah, feel free to let your friends know. I'm still kind of new at this, and I got plenty of, you know, new material on the way. So be sure to stick around. There's going to be a lot of exciting stuff coming down the pipeline. BivCrow out. Mancave Museum. Peace.